Welcome, it is time to leave the noise of our busy world behind. We are about to begin a gentle journey back through the centuries to the medieval age. We are seeking out the quiet moments, the pockets of peace that existed in the rhythm of everyday life. Let us open our minds to a softer, slower pace of existence, finding comfort in the simplicity of a world guided by the sun and the seasons. This journey is about the small, precious details of a life lived closer to the earth. Our exploration is a quiet one, designed to soothe and to calm. The goal is to find the stillness and the beauty that has always been a part of human history. There is no need for haste here. The world we are entering moved at a natural, unhurried pace, and so shall we. This is an invitation to experience history as a living, breathing tapestry of peaceful moments. Let your thoughts slow down and your breathing deepen. The journey begins now, with a single, quiet step. Our travels will take us to the heart of a medieval village, a small community nestled amongst rolling green hills. Here, life is a gentle cycle, repeated day after day. We will see the first light of dawn touching the thatched roofs of humble cottages, each one a home filled with the quiet stirrings of a new morning. We will listen for the soft sounds that signal the start of the day, a rooster's crow, the lowing of a cow in a nearby barn, or the quiet murmur of voices. This is a world built on a human scale, where everything is familiar and everyone has their place, creating a profound sense of belonging and security. We will spend time observing the gentle rhythms of work. This is not toil as we might think of it today, but a mindful, steady craft. We will watch the baker kneading dough with strong, practiced hands, the baker's fire casting a warm and comforting glow. We will see the weaver at their loom, threads passing back and forth to create simple, durable cloth. In the gardens, people will tend to their vegetables with care, their movements slow and deliberate. Each task has its purpose, contributing to the well-being of the whole community, and this shared effort creates a silent, powerful bond between neighbors. Our journey will also lead us to places of quiet contemplation. We may wander into the cool, silent interior of a small stone church where sunlight filters through a simple stained glass window, casting colors on the worn flagstones. Or perhaps we will find ourselves in a monastery garden, where monks tend to herbs in peaceful silence, their lives dedicated to prayer and quiet labor. In these sacred spaces, the air itself seems to be filled with a deep and abiding calm. We will pause here, allowing the tranquility to seep into our own minds, finding rest in the stillness. As our journey unfolds, we will also take notice of the natural world that surrounds this medieval life. The deep, ancient forests are filled with the rustle of unseen creatures, and the meadows are dotted with wild flowers. The sky above is a vast canvas, changing from the soft pastels of dawn to the deep, star-filled velvet of night. This connection to nature was not a choice but a fundamental part of existence. The people of this time lived with a deep awareness of the earth, its seasons, and its creatures, finding both sustenance and a sense of wonder in the world around them. The purpose of this journey is simple: to find rest. In looking back at the quiet patterns of medieval life, we can find a powerful antidote to the stress of our own time. History is also a repository of peace, holding the memory of a slower way of being. By immersing ourselves in these gentle scenes, we allow our own minds to slow down. Let the gentle narrative be a soft blanket, wrapping you in comfort and safety. Think of this as a bedtime story for the soul, a tale of simple beauty from a forgotten world. The world we are visiting may be gone, but the peace it offers is not. Let the story begin, and let the peace of a bygone era become your own. Settle in, get comfortable, and let us step into the soft light of a medieval dawn. Before sunrise, the world exists in a soft gray stillness. In our medieval village, this is the quietest time. The deep black of night fades, replaced by a gentle, milky light. This first light touches the highest points, the church cross, the peak of a thatched roof, and the tallest branches of the ancient oak. The air is cool, carrying the scent of damp earth and dew-covered grass. Inside the cottages, villagers sleep, wrapped in blankets. The body's rhythm, tuned to light and dark, is the only clock needed. The animals are often the first to sense the day. A sleepy cluck might come from the chicken coop. As the light strengthens, it reveals the textures of the village. The world is painted in shades of gray, brown, and soft green. The village is a self-contained world, nestled in nature. The first sign of human activity begins within each cottage. It is the rekindling of the hearth fire. One person rises quietly. She moves to the hearth, where embers lie under ash. The fire is the soul of the home, its warmth a promise of comfort, food, and light. She pushes aside the ash, revealing the embers. She adds dry kindling. Then she leans in and blows. The embers brighten. A tiny flame flickers and grows. The first smoke rises. This flame changes everything, casting a warm glow. The light dances. This gentle light signals safety. The fire offers its quiet promise of warmth. As the fire grows, the woman adds a larger log. She hangs a pot of water over the flames. The soft sounds of the fire join the quiet breathing. This act is an act of love. It is the anchor of the morning. As fires are lit, the air fills with wood smoke, a sign the village is stirring. Now other sounds join the quiet symphony of the morning. Animals become more vocal as the light grows. The rooster's crow echoes across the homes. The lowing of a cow reminds that it is time for milking. These sounds are the heartbeat of the village, a living rhythm of people and livestock. Human voices join the chorus, soft in the early morning air. These gentle sounds float from open doorways, weaving a peaceful hum as communal life comes awake. Bare feet make imprints in the dewy grass. The cow's bell is a lonely and lovely sound. The creak of the well's winding mechanism is another characteristic sound of the morning. Each small journey begins to weave the tapestry of the village's day. Villagers emerge from their homes into the cool morning air. The sun's golden rays cut through the morning mist. To step outside is to be greeted by the quiet beauty of the natural world. People move with a slow and unhurried grace. A man might stretch his arms towards the sky, taking in a deep breath of morning air. The shape of the clouds are all important sources of information. Neighbors exchange quiet greetings as they pass one another. A simple nod, a soft-spoken good morning, or a shared smile is enough. This shared history creates a powerful unspoken bond, a sense of community that provides comfort and security. The village is now fully awake, but the peace of the morning has not been broken. The day's labor is about to begin with the same steady, mindful pace that has defined the morning. In the heart of the village stands the baker's house, a source of daily sustenance. The baker's day begins before dawn. His hands move with practiced rhythm. The clay and stone oven radiates warmth, a welcoming haven. He kneads the dough, a physical, meditative process. As the dough rests, the baker tends the fire, judging the heat. The scent of wood and dough fills the air, a signal that the day's bread is being prepared. The dough is shaped into loaves, each scored with a personal mark. He slides the loaves into the oven. The baker waits, trusting in his craft. In another cottage, the steady clatter of a wooden loom fills the air. Here the weaver creates cloth, providing fabric for clothing, blankets, and sacks. The loom, a large wooden frame, holds threads stretched tightly, waiting to be locked together. Her movements are a graceful dance. She sends a wooden shuttle through the threads, catching it with her other hand. The sequence of sounds creates a constant soothing percussion. The cloth grows slowly, a tangible record of time and effort. Each inch represents thousands of movements, transforming thread into something of value. Her solitary rhythm contributes to the resilience and well-being of her entire community. Just outside the cottage door, in a small enclosed patch of land, another essential rhythm of life unfolds. This is the kitchen garden, a miniature farm that provides a family with vegetables, herbs, and perhaps some fruit. Here, work is dictated entirely by the sun, the rain, and the seasons. In the gentle morning light, a villager might be found kneeling on the dark, rich earth, their hands tending to the plants with great care. The movements are slow and deliberate, the careful pulling of a stubborn weed, the gentle loosening of the soil around the base of a plant, the patient search for pests hiding under leaves. This is a place of quiet observation and deep connection to the earth. The gardener knows each plant intimately. They understand the subtle signs of health or distress, the color of a leaf, the strength of a stem, the scent of the soil after a light rain. This knowledge is not learned from books but passed down through generations, a legacy of practical wisdom. Working in the garden is a conversation with nature, a partnership that requires patience, attention, and respect. It is a humble, grounding activity that connects a person directly to the source of their food and the cycles of life, death, and renewal. The sounds of the garden are soft and natural. There is the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze, the low hum of a bee moving from one bean flower to the next, and the soft scrape of a hand trowel against the soil. Sometimes the only sound is the gardener's own quiet breathing as they focus on their task. This peaceful soundscape creates a sanctuary of calm. In the garden, the world feels orderly and purposeful. Each plant has its place, each task its season. This gentle order provides a sense of stability and reassurance, a small, manageable world of green and growing things. The garden is a symbol of the community's resilience. While the fields provide the staple grains, these small plots offer vital variety and nutrition. Leafy greens, onions, peas, and beans supplement the daily pottage. Herbs are grown not just for flavor but also for their medicinal properties, providing simple remedies for common ailments. The success of each small garden contributes to the health of the whole village. The quiet daily rhythm of tending the soil is an act of care not just for one's own family, but for the collective strength of the community, ensuring its ability to thrive through the changing seasons. At the village's edge stands the blacksmith's forge. The smithy is a place of fire, sweat, and strength, with its own powerful rhythm. From this workshop comes the ringing of a hammer on an anvil. Inside, the air is thick with heat and the smell of hot iron. The blacksmith is a figure of immense skill and strength. Each blow is precise, calculated to shape the metal. This is a masterful art, a deep understanding of how metal behaves under heat and pressure. His work is woven into the fabric of the community. The ringing from his anvil is a reassurance that things can be fixed. The steady beat of the hammer is a sound of productivity and purpose. The blacksmith's steady rhythm underscores the enduring strength of the village. Once a week, the village changes. It is market day, a time of quiet excitement. From early morning, villagers make their way to the village center. They travel along familiar paths. Some lead donkeys with grain, others carry baskets. The air carries friendly greetings as people converge. The heart of the market is the open square marked by a stone cross. People set up simple stalls and arrange their goods. The square fills with people, the atmosphere calm. Conversations are friendly. It's a social occasion, a chance to catch up and reinforce community bonds. The market cross stands as a silent witness. It reminds everyone of a larger social order. The market is the temporary heart of the region. It weaves rural life into a vibrant community. The business of the market is conducted with a quiet and personal touch. There is no loud shouting or aggressive salesmanship here. Trade is a conversation, a negotiation built on familiarity and trust. A farmer wanting to sell his surplus wool will approach the weaver's stall, and they will speak of the quality of the fleece, the weather, and their families. The transaction is a human interaction first, and a commercial one second. People know each other, or at least they know of each other's reputations. Honesty is not just a virtue, it is a practical necessity for survival in a small, interconnected world where your name is your most valuable asset. The currency is often not coin, but barter. A pot of honey might be traded for a length of rope. A well-made leather belt might be exchanged for a sack of barley. This system requires a different kind of calculation, a deep, intuitive understanding of value based on need, effort, and craftsmanship. A woman might carefully inspect a clay pot, feeling its weight and smoothness, judging the skill that went into its creation before offering a basket of her finest apples in return. This gentle art of exchange fosters a direct appreciation for the labor and skill of one's neighbors, creating a web of mutual respect and interdependence. The goods themselves speak of a life lived close to the earth. There are no exotic luxuries from faraway lands, only the simple, essential products of the local area. You might see a woodcarver with a small selection of beautifully smooth wooden spoons and bowls, their grain and texture on full display. A beekeeper might offer beeswax candles alongside his jars of golden honey, their sweet scent perfuming the air around his stall. Each item tells a story of its origin, from the forest, the field, or the pasture. This direct connection between product and source gives every object a sense of authenticity and quiet dignity. As the day progresses, baskets slowly empty and satchels begin to fill. The mood remains relaxed and unhurried. A successful trade is often sealed not with a handshake but with a shared nod and a quiet smile. People are not just acquiring goods, they are reinforcing relationships and ensuring the community's needs are met. The market is a finely balanced ecosystem of exchange, where the surplus of one family becomes the necessity of another. It is a quiet living demonstration of how a community can sustain itself through cooperation and the gentle, time-honored art of trade. As the market day reaches its gentle peak, a new figure might appear at the edge of the square. It is a traveling minstrel, a storyteller and musician, his dusty cloak and the lute slung over his back, marking him as a visitor from the wider world. His arrival does not cause a great stir, but a quiet ripple of interest spreads through the crowd. People turn their heads, their conversations softening as they watch him find a suitable spot, perhaps on the steps of the market cross. He is a bringer of news, of stories, and most importantly, of music, a rare and precious treat in the hard-working lives of the villagers. He does not begin with a loud flourish, but with a soft, exploratory strum of his lute. The notes, clear and simple, cut through the low hum of the market, drawing people closer. He tunes the strings with a practiced ear, his head tilted as he listens intently. This quiet preparation builds a gentle sense of anticipation. The villagers begin to form a loose circle around him, their faces patient and curious. Children sit on the ground at the front, their eyes wide with wonder. For a few moments the business of buying and selling pauses as the community turns its collective attention to the promise of a song. The minstrel begins to sing. His voice is not necessarily powerful, but it is clear and heartfelt. He sings not of great battles or epic quests, but perhaps a simpler tale. A ballad about a clever fox, a song about the turning of the seasons, or a gentle love story about a shepherd and a milkmaid. The melodies are simple and memorable, carried by the gentle rhythmic accompaniment of his lute. The music floats over the market square, a soothing balm that seems to soften the edges of the day, inviting everyone to rest for a while and be transported by the story. The listeners are captivated. They stand or sit in quiet contemplation, their expressions softened by the music. The song offers a moment of shared experience, a brief escape from the toil of their daily lives. It connects them to a world of imagination and emotion, reminding them of the beauty and wonder that exists beyond their fields and workshops. The minstrel's music is a gift, a thread of artistry woven into the practical fabric of market day. It is a moment of pure, simple pleasure, a collective pause for the soul before the gentle business of the day resumes. The music of the medieval period, especially the kind heard in a village square, was built on a different foundation from the complex harmonies we know today. The minstrel's lute produces a sound that is gentle, clear, and resonant. The melodies often followed a single line, a simple and pure tune that was easy for the ear to follow and for the heart to feel. This simplicity was its strength. It allowed the story of the song to shine through, carried directly by the singer's voice. The music was not meant to overwhelm the senses but to soothe them, to create a space for reflection and quiet enjoyment. The instruments themselves were crafted from the natural world. The lute's body was made of wood, its strings fashioned from sheep's gut. A simple pipe or flute might be carved from a reed or a piece of elder wood. These instruments had a soft, earthy timbre that blended beautifully with the human voice and the sounds of the natural environment. When a minstrel played, it did not feel like an intrusion, but like an enhancement of the existing piece. The music was an organic part of the world, as natural as the bird song in the trees or the rustle of wind in the grass. In the brief silence after a song ends, a profound sense of peace settles over the crowd. There is no loud applause, but perhaps a collective sigh of appreciation, a few murmurs of thanks, and the quiet clinking of a few small coins being dropped into the minstrel's hat. The music has worked its gentle magic, leaving everyone feeling a little lighter, their spirits refreshed. It has served its purpose not as entertainment in the modern sense, but as a form of communal nourishment, a shared moment of beauty that strengthens the bonds between the listeners. As the minstrel packs away his instrument and continues on his journey, the memory of his music lingers in the air. The villagers return to their stalls and their conversations, but the atmosphere has been subtly changed. The shared experience has added a layer of grace to the day's proceedings. This was the role of music in these quieter times. It was not a constant background noise, but a special, treasured event. It was a simple, profound art form that provided solace, connection, and a gentle reminder of the beauty that could be found in a simple melody and a well-told tale. We leave the village behind, climbing a gentle slope to a stone monastery, humble, strong, and set apart. Silence greets us, broken only by wind in the grass and a distant hawk's cry. Passing through a simple wooden gate, we enter a world measured by bells, not by markets. The monastery's heart is a small church surrounded by cloisters and a tranquil green lawn. Here monks live simply, their days shaped by prayer, work, and centuries of quiet devotion. The very stones seem to hold the peace of generations seeking the divine. Inside the monastery, a fragrant herb garden thrives, part apothecary, part sanctuary. Monks tend rosemary, lavender, and thyme in meditative silence, each action a quiet prayer. Bees hum among the blossoms, and the air is rich with healing scents. The garden's order reflects ancient knowledge: calendula for salves, peppermint for tea, all used to heal and comfort. Tending these plants connects the monks to nature's rhythms and to their mission of compassion. The garden is a living lesson in patience and humility. In this peaceful space, caring for plants becomes a path to deeper understanding. A monk leaves the monastery, crossing meadows alive with wildflowers and birdsong. He enters the forest where sunlight filters through ancient trees and silence reigns. Gathering wood or wild herbs, he moves with respect, a humble part of nature's cycle. The forest is a sanctuary, a place for contemplation and gratitude. Here, away from human noise, the monk finds peace in the enduring presence of the wild. In these woods, he feels connected to something timeless and vast. The forest is more than trees, it's a world of wonder and wisdom. Villagers know its cycles: wild garlic in spring, berries in summer, the magic of animal encounters. Stories and fables weave animals into daily life, deepening respect for the wild. The season's steady rhythm brings order and reassurance, marking time with beauty and change. Immersion in nature offers a peace distinct from hearth or church, a sense of belonging to a greater whole. Walking these woods, we rediscover ancient calm and the quiet wisdom of the natural world. As the sun sets, golden light bathes the village and fields in warmth. Work slows, tools are set aside, and a gentle satisfaction fills the air. Shadows lengthen, and the sky becomes a canvas of gold, orange, and violet. Villagers pause to watch, sharing a silent moment of beauty. Twilight settles, softening the world and inviting reflection. The day ends with a promise. After darkness, light will return. In this peaceful transition, the village finds rest and renewal. As twilight deepens, villagers return home. Paths to work become paths to rest. A father walks with his child, their conversation a soft murmur. Neighbors exchange gentle greetings. The village draws inwards, each family retreating into their cottage. Inside, evening rituals begin. Wooden shutters are closed. A wooden bar secures the door, closing off the outside world. The family gathers in the light of the hearth fire. This creates a sense of safety from the darkness. A simple evening meal is shared, perhaps a thick pottage. The family eats together by the flickering firelight. Conversation is quiet, the shared meal the focus. The sounds are domestic and comforting. After the meal, wooden bowls are cleaned, the floor is swept, the fire is banked with ash. This promises warmth for the new day. With the meal finished, the family gathers by the hearth. This is a time for stories passed down through generations. Tales of local saints, animals, or ancient legends fill the air. The children listen with wonder. Sometimes a simple song is sung. These rituals reaffirm family bonds, preparing them for sleep. As the stories end and the final embers glow, a profound quiet descends upon each cottage. One by one, the family members make their way to their simple beds. The village slowly succumbs to a collective slumber. The last lights are extinguished, leaving the homes in near-total darkness. You might hear the distant hoot of an owl. Across the entire landscape, a blanket of peace has settled. All is at rest. This is the medieval world at its most tranquil. The night is a time of deep, restorative peace. In this profound quiet, under the watchful eyes of the stars, the village and all its inhabitants are held in a gentle, silent embrace. The world rests, waiting patiently for the first, soft promise of another dawn. Our journey through the gentle moments of medieval life is now drawing to a close. We have walked through misty dawns, listened to the steady rhythms of mindful work, and felt the warmth of a community gathered together. Now, as the village sleeps under a blanket of stars, we must prepare to return to our own time, carrying the echoes of this tranquility with us. The world we have visited may seem distant, yet, by focusing on the quiet human moments, we discover a profound connection. The need for safety, the comfort of routine, the joy of community, and the peace found in nature are timeless, universal human needs that resonate with us still. These simple, enduring pleasures form a bridge across the centuries, uniting us with those who lived before. These scenes are more than just historical pictures. They are invitations to find the same quality of peace within our own lives. The echoes of this quieter world can still be heard, if we only take the time to listen for them. As we leave this sleeping medieval world behind, the lessons of its gentle pace remain. Peace can be found in the simplest of things. It resides in the mindful focus on a single task, in the quiet observation of the world around us, and in the comfort of shared rituals. The medieval people possessed a deep understanding of how to find contentment in the here and now. We give ourselves permission to slow down, to breathe more deeply, and to let go of our worries. The simple, repetitive rhythms act as a lullaby for the soul. Now, it is time for your own rest. Let the peaceful scenes fade gently into your dreams, Allow the tranquility we have shared to settle over you like a warm, heavy blanket. The past is at peace and so can you be. Sleep well.